What's up? What's good? What's happening? And welcome to episode 2 for What's up? What's good? What's happening? And welcome to week 2 in the NFL. This is week 2 also of Madden Predicts, and this episode we will be playing as the New England Patriots traveling to the New Orleans Saints. Kick off at 1 PM Eastern time on Sunday. And so I'm professional, I know. Hold on. "6 PM UK time." Yeah. So yeah. Uh, 5 minutes. Yep. Oh, come on. So yeah, New England need to bounce back after their defeat to the Kansas City Chiefs in week 1.
Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs to try to control the pace of the game. It's Blunt.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. Now, Dion Lewis to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20.
Yeah, New England lost 42-27.
The 21-yard line.
So they need to bounce back.
First and 10, here's Brady. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady, escaping the pressure right. Got a man complete,
yes.
It's Chris Hogan. A good pickup there, a 22.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady going to throw, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Just get me a few yards there.
The 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you
I didn't see that. Damn.
They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here's Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And
Yes.
all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, 53 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense.
6 plays,
and they end up in the
78
end zone.
yards.
That time, a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And here's Lewis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Boom. Right. Can we shut up shop? Shut shop.
They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And this last year, right around mid-season, it's kind of where Michael Thomas emerged as Drew Brees' favorite target. And he finished leading all rookies, 92 catches, over 1,100 yards.
And one of the things I remember most about learning about Michael Thomas last season when I did a Saints game was how much winning meant to him. Multiple teammates talked about after a loss how upset he was, how much he put into practice getting ready for the next week, and how much he was looking at other guys and wondering, do you care as much as I do? And that's a really big deal for a rookie receiver, and he translated it into action the rest of the year.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. For Ingram, he topped the 1,000-yard mark this year for the first time in his 6-year career.
Didn't he just come out of Alabama last year?
That's what it feels like, right?
I mean,
it's hard
it's
to believe 6 seasons he's had.
Won a Heisman Trophy there, finally over 1,000 yards as a pro, and he increased his number of long runs, becoming a much better ball carrier into the secondary. That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance. An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB. Now Breeze. He's got time in the pocket. Caught by Snead over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And here's Lewis. No, a nifty juke there.
Damn.
Much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Drum toss.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Look at the spin. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And LeGarrette Blount just does not go down easy. You know, from my experience as a defensive back, this was a difficult guy to try and tackle because of the force that he runs with and
alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run again with Blount. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Come on.
Scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
18 yards there and a first down.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play. Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Blount, the lone running back. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
And he's in. Touchdown.
Got there.
51
yards.
50 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything
prettier
than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown.
Boom.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field.
Shut them out, boys.
And tough to win games if you're going
especially because they get balled at half.
They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And it's caught. Kobe Flainer.
Shit.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Kobe Flainer, 66 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
4 points the difference.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them the lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't see.
Put him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that'll get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams, so your team's starting to take of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and mini camps. You get to see them on the field for the first time.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Damn.
And it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Now I need to shut them out.
Some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down
they
here,
get bought half.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Bree's going to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Brought in left side by Snead. Willie Snead all alone.
Shit.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, 65 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Danny Amendola on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part on offense, all right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it in what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right, everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with a number 1 ranked defense as well.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And they can't get the long
take it into
as it falls incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there.
Now Breeze lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Ah.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. On second down, Ingram. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Breeze on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
2 minutes, and I need to get the ball and score a touchdown.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense,
Coming to shut him out.
Drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yes.
Maybe expecting a throw. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Oh, bother.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Come on.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it, and we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, Your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Brady now on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. It's a gain of 11 yards.
I've lost
that
it.
time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other.
I've just got to go for it.
If he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
My bad.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point.
I thought that was the final quarter.
Separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
It's cool.
They slot Gronkowski outright. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
Yeah.
And they're able to get this one
Come
across
on.
the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down, New England.
Pitch corners.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
Let's go.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Brady now to throw. Buying time to his left. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here and a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes out for the football, competes for it.
2 minutes warning.
It's his and only his.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with
Time to stand up and be counted. New England. There's the punt.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over. And trotting back out there now, this Saints defense. They've got a situation where a field goal ties it. How do you defend this? Because you obviously don't want to give up the touchdown. How aggressive do you get?
That's always the key, isn't it? Where is the line on aggressiveness to over-aggressiveness? And I think most coordinators are looking at it like run your regular defense, add some pressure packages, because really the 35-yard line is the one you really want to defend. At that point, you're thinking you're probably giving up 3. Anything outside of that,
that was over surely.
So they'll be in search of the proper amount of pressure.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll look to throw. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. Give him 13 on the pickup there.
Come on.
And that's good for a New England first down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
My hands are sweaty now.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 7 yards to go on second down. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. Room here to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes down.
And
waiting
so
for someone to
sweaty
get
right
open.
now.
But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And that will be incomplete.
But there's a flag.
Down now to 13 seconds.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference on the defense, and Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups, and defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
No.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
There we go. New England lose that for their second week on the bounce, according to Madden Predicts, against New Orleans Saints. 17 points to 14. I've been Richard D. Creswell. You've been awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.